else we could do. We got everything loaded up. And Sunday morning, early, it started raining, so we didn't get to cut any. And here we are Tuesday, probably gonna try to get back after it. I mean, we can finish in a day. But a few things have happened. Starters, my header broke down. The 630F that I've been using, it tore up. I don't really know yet what it is. I'm gonna fix it because I'm gonna sell it. And I mean, it will be fixed when I sell it, but I gotta fix it in order to sell it. So I'm gonna get it fixed. But a buddy of ours had a MacDon header that he was wanting to sell. I've been wanting to go to a Draper style. That's what they call those MacDon. They have a, on mine where the auger feeds, which you'll see it, I'm gonna show you it in action. Where mine has a large auger that turns and pulls the beans in. The MacDons and Drapers, they have belts that pull them in there, and it is, I mean, 1,000 times better header than the Hydroflex that I've been running. And I mean, it's crazy seeing them in action because they look like a rag. I mean, they just lay on the ground and flex with the ground real wild. I mean, they're awesome headers. And I've got it. It just sped up me getting it because I needed a header. So I'm now running a 35-foot MacDon header. It's freaking awesome. I love it. And it's 5 foot wider. I was running a 30-foot. So got a bigger header, a better header by a landslide. And I actually got a guy today delivering me a header trailer from Alabama. And it's a horsed. We've got ones what my dad and them use. I'm buying one. They're 4-wheel steer. They're like the most bad to the bone header trailers. So I'm pretty pumped getting it here at the end of the season, but I'll be ready to rock and roll next season. And yeah, so I'm excited to get the trailer in and get all that and be ready to go for next year. But I am using the MacDon here at the end, hoping we can finish today. I think there's a chance of rain maybe tomorrow. So we'll see. But yeah. Also, appreciate you tuning in and for all the support on the channel. I brought my header trailer. They finally made it in from Alabama. It was probably around 12 o'clock or so. He got in with it. It looks pretty good. It's definitely been used, but it looks good overall. And it pulled great, steered right. That's what these horsed, they're called horsed wagons, H-O-R-S-T. They're 4-wheel steer. You don't even swing out like you're pulling a trailer. This thing is 30, probably with the tongue. You can see, with the tongue and everything, it's probably pushing 40 feet long or whatever. But it steers with you. Dang, I think it's tough. So you don't even have to swing out. You just turn just like you were driving a truck without a trailer, and all the tires, it follows right in your tracks. It's pretty awesome. I feel like if more guys use these trailers, they would quit using the other ones because they see how awesome they are. But we're out here, well, not the last, one of the last fields. Bad thing is I pulled my trailer down here and I was a little concerned with these mounts right here. They're too deadgum narrow. I pulled the trailer down here for no reason. I ain't gonna be able to fit my header on it. They make this universal mount that'll, like, it has pins that run through there and mounts on top, and then you set it on top of that. So I pulled the trailer out here for pretty much nothing. I'm gonna have to take it back, and yeah, it kind of sucks. I was looking forward to put my header on my new trailer. Not gonna get to do that now. But we're down here in the field. I'm about to run over here and put a little diesel in my combine because it was really low, and try to get this place knocked out. And the next place from here is really kind of a pain in the butt. It's a small, probably 27 acres. It's a pretty good little farm. It's a little bottom ground, but we have to go through 3 cattle gaps to get to it. It's always super muddy. So we brought one of our little tractors over here. We'll pull the headers down there with it, but we usually save it for last because it's such a pain in the butt. So I'll show you guys the MacDon. I got it on there now, and it is just night and day difference in machines. Give you a quick rundown of it. Here's the MacDon. Probably might take those off. Don't really need it on this one. But see, you'll notice there is no auger that runs through there. And it's 5 feet wider. But where the auger would be, instead it has these belts. And these are steadily running, like going that away, pushing everything to the center of the combine. This center belt, it's got a pretty good bit of wear on it, but the guy that I'm buying this from, he's got a new one. That belt's pushing them that away, so they pull in from the sides and then go towards the middle with this belt. And then it does have the metal center auger, and that's what's pulling everything up into the combine. And I mean, it is just crazy, the difference. And one of the cool things is on these, you can tilt the actual, like the knives, you can tilt them down or up, whereas on that Hydroflex, that 630F that I was using, you could not do that. Where we're at, if you can tell, there's a lot of freaking wild onion, and these things will choke up your header, your cutter bar, and it's super hard to cut. Having that MacDon where you can tilt the blades back like up a little bit and kind of get them off of that, you can keep on cutting, whereas you can't with the other. So one of the many perks, but they're crazy how awesome these headers are. Had to run this wire the other day and just run it up in there, and it goes up under the floorboard. And it's a little switch you just put in there, and that's what allows you to tilt the knives back and forth. But I love it. It's what I've been freaking wanting. Finally got it. Well, we are cutting. Got the fuel in the combine, and we're out here rolling. Beans are a little tough. Like I said, it had rained, and I can tell the moisture's a little higher. I mean, the beans have been bone dry. Moisture's running in mid-13s right now, and they're a little tougher to cut. I can tell it's kind of putting a little more load on the combine than normal, but it's not doing bad. But this header, though, I'm telling you, I can't stress enough how awesome. I mean, I've only ever run MacDon. My dad has one, I've run his. I have never run the John Deere Drapers, but I'm sure they're good headers too. But all I know is it is a massive difference. If somebody is watching and they're on the fence about possibly going to a MacDon or John Deere Draper, then freaking do it, because man, they're awesome. And said I'm kind of doing around the edge here. I'll get where I can show you. Whoa, some more of this header. This farm that we're on here, it has some ground that is basically like the Grand Canyon. And I don't know how a farm washes as bad as some of these, but this farm has washed so bad there's some holes. Up there on y'all's place or somewhere else? There's some holes on here that would swallow an entire combine. And going. Whereas the old header with the augers, it's like they pile up and then all of a sudden a big wad comes and it's hard on the combine. I mean, this header is 5 feet wider and it loads the combine even less. A little wet hole there. Gets into the ground a lot less too because I got the blades tilted back a little bit. But I mean, it is just a sweet header. And this header is actually got some age on it. That header is a 2010 model. So I mean, it ain't like it's a new model. The newer ones even have contour master on them, meaning that they will tilt on their own. This one does not have that. It just, I mean, it's a draper header, but it like drapes on the ground like a rag. And I don't ever even have to use the contour on it, really. Brought me some celebratory bourbon for when we get done. I don't know if any of you watching are bourbon, what do they call them? Like, well, basically a bourbon snob. But I bought some George T. Stag. If you're in my area, swing by Spirits of Atoka off Highway 51 in Munford and get you some good whiskey. That's where I buy 90% of my whiskey. I went in there yesterday. I usually go to try to find some Blantons. I like to get some Blantons from time to time, and they said they had something they wanted me to see, and they had some George T. Stag, which is like a super rare, can't hardly ever find it. I've never seen a bottle in person, and it was a special occasion. Had a good harvest this year. Seems like to do pretty well, so I splurged, bought that bottle of Stag, and whenever I do the last pass with this combine and get done, that night I'm cracking it open, gonna drink 1 glass of it, and I probably won't drink any more out of it for a while because it's just too rare for me to just drink. So, but yeah, I'm ready for that.